It is the 200 level. Mike Carpenter in the basement studio on a earlier than usual time on a Wednesday evening. I've kind of lost all sense of time and day because got back from Vegas yesterday, and what a trip it was. It actually started off at O'Hare at this place called the Publican in Terminal 3 where we watched Illinois beat Maryland, at least most of it. We had to get to our gate with about 5 minutes to go in the game, so I'm watching the closing minutes on my phone with a buffering feed on the Fox Sports app. But Illinois gets the win right as we board the plane, so that was a great way to start the trip. Illinois in search of their 20th win of the season, and to keep pace with Purdue, you're in a situation now where if you win out, you would get at least a share of the Big Ten title. So, you know, they control their own destiny, as the cliche goes. But this case is not a cliche. It's true. This is actually something that they can accomplish. In the first 10, 12, almost 15 minutes of this half, it didn't look very promising. But Illinois goes on a 22-7 run to end this half, and I believe they get the ball to start the second half. We'll let you know when it gets underway. We got 20 minutes to go at the Rec. Not the Rack, the Rec. This is the Penn State equivalent of Huff Hall, which started out a little bit rowdy, though it is by no means a sellout. And a major opportunity here for, I think, Illinois early to kind of put their foot on the proverbial neck here of Penn State. So we'll see, as Isaac, I can hear, has just gotten here, according to Rosie's barking. But thank you on the YouTube feed for joining us at earlier than usual time, and we are underway in the second half. Marcus Damask gets it on the inbound from Quincy. 19:50 to go here as we get a little bit of action up top. Marcus taking it himself. Up, no good, but a good board from Ty. Kicks it back out to Coleman, who wants the three. Coleman makes it. So a great start, Isaac, to the half as Coleman makes a three after a Ty Rogers offensive rebound. And Illinois with 10 offensive boards so far.
The first half was bad for Coleman, so that's good.
Yeah, really good start for him. And Coleman now defending on Wahad, whichever. And Wahad misses it. Quincy with some help there, and Quincy's going to foul him, but at least we got a good block effort there from Ty, so he didn't get an and one opportunity. You know, the end of that half, Isaac, question for you. Apart from Justin Harmon being unable to defend a backdoor.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
About 3 times?
Well, yeah, and then I think Damask got beat on the other inbounds, but...
Other than that, did you feel like the defense got better, or they just started missing shots?
I mean, you're playing Penn State. It's kind of like...
yeah.
It's really
a sliding
hard.
scale.
Yeah.
You're grading this game on a curve, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not to say Penn State's not pesky and they haven't gotten a few wins this year, but they are losers of 3 straight after getting to 6-6 in conference. Wahad makes the first one here.
So they beat Wisconsin. That's their best win, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
At home. And that was about a month, if not a little bit more.
Yeah, that was like what started Wisconsin's sort of fall.
Pretty much. So it's a 9-point lead for Illinois. Make that, keep it at 9 as he misses the second free throw. And Illinois with a chance to extend their lead. So a little bit of pressure, but a good job by Illinois to have an outlet for Marcus.
Not a
Quincy
foul.
Can't make the layup. There was a little bit of contact on it. Here's Ace Baldwin. Free throw line.
Wow, dude.
Backdoor. A little frustrating. Though a good little 2-man play there from Penn State.
Yeah, I mean, Ace Baldwin's good.
All right, so back to a 7-point lead, just where you started.
I would love to see Ty start to get his offense going again. I don't know why he has. I don't remember the last time he took somebody to the basket.
I don't either, and I love that confidence. He's usually getting his buckets, it seems, now from offensive boards.
Get rid
of
that.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
He has sucked to high heaven today. And a good foul from Terrence. Coleman has sucked.
I mean, that's his 4th turnover, I think.
4th turnover, and he's in no man's land.
No.
But him bitching earlier
Yeah.
about that foul call and not getting back on defense legit pissed me off. There's a few things that piss me off with this team. It's the weak-ass and ones, which people on this podcast are well familiar with. And it's something I haven't seen much from Coleman this year. It is rearing its ugly head in a game against a team that they lost to 3 times last year. You're one of the few returning guys. You think you'd be a little bit more focused on this game than to play this poorly so far.
I will say it's like barely any of the same guys, not even the same coach. You're not even playing in the same gym, frankly.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it is.
But don't let them be the ones to ruin your chance at, and listen, I'm going to say this right off the bat. Do I think Illinois gets a share of the Big Ten this year? No, I do not.
No, probably not.
I think we're seeing.
But I didn't think they would a few years ago either.
That's true, but the defense is so suspect that I feel like there's another bad loss in there somewhere. Now, we get it across against pressure. Good job by Illinois doing that with plenty left in the shot clock. Terrence corner 3 is up and good, and back to a 10-point lead.
I mean, okay, I cannot get over the bleachers that are like folded up. You know, like how it's like a high school gym.
It is.
And then our uniforms almost like blend in with it. I don't know. It's just,
camo.
Oh my
And
God.
Coleman gets beat, but a bad miss by Wahad, and this is Terrence on the break.
Oh my gosh.
And he will go to line for 2. I like right there, Isaac, that they didn't call the foul about 35 feet away from the basket.
No, I like that too.
That would have been frustrating.
I mean, Terrence is just. He's one of the guys that it seems like when he makes up his mind, he either always gets fouled or always scores. There's a lot of guys that when they get the basketball, they're like, okay, I'm going to shoot. Like DGL does that sometimes, right?
Yeah.
You can tell when he's made up his mind if he's going to shoot or not. But Terrence, it's like he either is going to get fouled or he's going to score. So it tends to be pretty. He's the most controlled, uncontrolled looking player like I feel like I've seen.
Yeah, he is. He's an absolute bull going downhill. We were watching the game with one of our friends who's not nearly as into sports as we are, but even he commented on how Terrence was just absolutely, like, that guy's different. As he misses the second, but Coleman gets a board, and Illinois will get a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Here's Ty. Going to try to make something happen. Coleman pump fakes a 3. He's going to try to drive it in.
Wow.
And it is the 5th turnover for Coleman, who's still got his head up his butt.
Missed that.
And it leads, fortunately, not to,
Wow.
well, unless we can get the board. I was going to say it wasn't going to lead to points for Penn State. Here's a 3. And it doesn't, and we still can't get the board. Jesus Christ, Quincy. Block out. Our bigs are leaving us wanting today, Isaac. It's not good when Hansberry has been one of your more preeminent bigs.
No, I mean, again, that's going to be – luckily, I don't know how many
there we go.
How many people have
and they're going to call charge on. Yeah, it was.
The one time Quincy finishes, too.
The one time he has been
underneath the hoop.
Frustrating beyond –
yeah, I mean, I don't know if he was sort of playing above. Yeah, I mean, he was set.
He was set, and I don't like the charge call anyway.
No.
It annoys me even when we do it. I'm happy that it goes our way, but it's not like,
right.
we drew a charge. It's
Yeah.
just now, what kind of world would you live in though without charges? I don't know what
You
that would
need
do
'em.
for the
Yeah.
state of basketball.
Good time.
Oh man, Ty almost gets a steal there. 17-15 to go. Here's a baseline take from Penn State. Coleman with some good help on defense, but there's going to be Ty's hand in there. That's his 3rd. Unable to corral a couple loose balls recently. Unfortunately, Penn State's missing a lot.
I mean, this is just probably going to be one of those games where just get out, like just win.
You're right.
Which we've talked about. And even the year we won the Big Ten, right, we had a few of those where you just barely scraped by.
At Nebraska?
At Nebraska, Northwestern, but
Pajimski
had a good
the Northwestern game.
So this
was that
might
the
just
DeMonte
be,
putback dunk?
DeMonte had that late putback dunk.
Yeah. You're right. I think for me, games like this, and I'd say Minnesota at home, except they're playing pretty good right now. Penn State, by the way, can't make a free throw to our benefit.
Yeah.
But this game, Minnesota and Iowa at home, because I think those two teams on the road are not the same beast as they are at Williams Arena or Carver Hawkeye.
No.
I think they're also favorable matchups for you, especially Iowa. But this is all about defense. We know that. And for the rest of this 17-11, Isaac, that's really what I'm keying on. We're going to score 80 points. I have no doubt about that.
It's really, my brain is almost taking a while to wrap around it, because even like the great Underwood teams that have been here the past few years, the offense wasn't the elite part, right? They were just like scrappy, and they had All-Americans. That
nice.
Baby Quincy.
Good finish, Quincy, on a nice feed.
Yeah, great pass from Damask, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Which Underwood said it was Damask on the radio the other day. So
interesting.
Damask is much easier to say.
Cockburn, Coburn, who cares? All right, so this is Ace Baldwin. Terrence does a good job stopping the ball. Wahad up and in. A little hook shot. Okay, this I know drives Trevor crazy. They made a shot.
Yeah.
We insist on Harmon, not Damask, which allows them to set up their defense.
I know.
Now, I think the counter to that would be you being patient, getting the ball in, Harmon with the ball up on the perimeter, 15 to go, is that you give your guys that few more seconds to establish themselves offensively, take a few breaths. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Come on,
Damask.
Marcus.
Nice finish, Marcus.
I could be
12-point Illinois lead.
I'm not trying to brush over that. I mean, Marcus just makes it look so easy. But back to the inbounds thing, I think that's part of the disadvantage when you have like positionless basketball like this. It's like
go Terrence.
There's not a set guy. Come on.
Boom. Read that passing lane. Easy dunk.
Let's go, baby.
14-point Illinois lead, so they've doubled up their lead in the first 4 minutes as Penn State has gone cold. Now, what I'm keying on is I keep saying defense, but how much of the rest of the game are we going to say, hey, that's Illinois tightening the clamps defensively?
Yeah.
I mean, I will say so far in this half, I think it has been pretty good defense, minus the little two-man action that they had.
It's sort of like
That's not good defense.
No, he did not foul him, did he?
Yeah, he did.
What?
Quincy, the master of the weak-ass foul on an and one. Isaac, I don't want to be one of those that just finds something stupid. I don't think it's a stupid thing to nitpick. If you're going to foul, watch this. Brush.
Yeah. I think
foul him.
Yeah, he got
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he got too far into him and then didn't have time to
he'll miss the free throw anyway.
I think the big getting big picture here. I mean, there's a lot of time left. I'm not going to think about us possibly blowing this lead, but I think big picture here, besides tonight, most nights, right, you're going to get good Terrence, you're going to get good Coleman, and you're going to get good Marcus. So
that is an advantage that most teams don't have three guys you can feel that way. That's why Coleman tonight's surprising.
Right, but in the tournament, the games that we've lost, in the games that we've looked really sloppy and almost lost, it was because Quincy had a really bad game. Luke went 0 for 6 from 3 or something like that. Harmon had that stretch where he didn't score. I think our tournament success and how far we go in the Big Ten tournament and is really going to depend on Harmon, Quincy, Goody, and maybe that's just those three. Yeah, I mean, we're only going really 7 or 8 right now. So I think,
and less Goody though, he has had 2 threes, right?
Oh, and Ty is what I meant to say. Sorry,
Ty,
but yeah,
sure.
yeah, Goody's played well tonight. I'm just saying the games that we've lost or almost lost, I think you've really only got solid play from those 2 or 3 guys.
Yeah.
And I mean, Quincy was on that double heater for a while. He hasn't even come close in a while. Those are the guys that are going to get you further in March.
He's just mentally, I can't explain it.
Yeah.
It's almost a body language thing where, earlier this year, maybe it was just the production that was fooling me into thinking, oh, he looks cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, he looks timid. Maybe there's no difference at all, but it does seem like he's been a different player since mid-January. Mm. And that can easily click back in because the first 6 games of the year, he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. And now he might have been rebounding and defending at that point. He's not really defending right now.
No, huh?
And granted, he's not the only one that is leaving you wanting on that end, but it's the fact that he's got that size and athleticism where you think, why are you not a better defender? Or why are you not maybe a dominant defender? Part of the reason I thought you brought him in was the rebounding and the deep 3 and D guy, right?
Right.
Though the 3 part, I think he was a 33% shooter last year.
Yeah.
He's been better than I think you might have anticipated.
And actually, free throw wise, I know he's been kind of it feels like 50% recently, but I was looking the other day. He's actually pretty on par with what he's been his whole career, 65, 63%. But yeah, he does. I feel like he doesn't go to the rim, right? He's currently not going to the rim to score. It's okay, I'm gonna pump fake this 3 if he closes out too fast, and then I'm gonna try to get to the hoop. But I'm more so gonna go for the contact, right?
Yeah.
But whereas he used to,
but he doesn't make free throws, so I'd rather you not.
I know. But I
mean, he hit the 3, and I'm like, hey, an and 1 3-pointer. Nah,
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
And
because I don't know what that's about either. He's got a nice stroke, and it just seems to hit the backside of the rim every time.
Yeah, I would much rather Quincy to just take a contested 3 than drive at this point.
He's just giving up more than he's giving you, I fear. That's really surprising for someone that was so good for about 6 weeks.
And he's just a guy that size. You look at him and you're like, how are we going to take you off the floor, right? I know he's been getting less minutes recently, but just the way, the size and the fact that he can shoot 3s, it's just so hard to take him off the floor. But he's not in right now. Goody's getting some minutes.
All right, so here we go. Damas brings it across half court. He's got Baldwin on him, who's right on him pass over to Terrence. Sorry, I'm not the best play-by-play guy. Terrence trying to go baseline, gets his guy up. They're going to call a foul, and he will go line for 2. Wahad didn't think so. But, by the way, I'm going to hit the sponsors individually with each break, but want to remind you as we got a break with 15:22 to go. The 200 levels brought to you by DPDO, online at dpdo.com. State Farm agent Brian Hansen, online at brianismyguy.com. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Give them a call at 217-841-4728. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend. And Owen Builders, LLC, online at owenbuildersllc.com. So we're going to hit each of those individually through the timeout breaks today. All right, Terrence will get 2 at the line here. The first one is up and good.
What do you think they're saying right now in Penn State?
There's been 2 I've heard all year. It's been no means no or lock him up. And that has sort of traveled, and I gotta be honest, that's, I think, rather tame.
I mean, yeah.
Or you could do worse given the circumstances, given the charges that are hanging over him.
Right.
So Terrence hits another one.
Baby.
13-point lead.
The free throw line, sorry, again, getting a little macro. The free throw line the other night was so big, I feel like we didn't talk about it
29
enough.
for 32.
Yeah, it was something crazy.
They only missed 3, I think.
Yeah.
Golly, and again, too easy, guys. So Ace Baldwin, no no restraint whatsoever. No, sorry, what word am I looking for? Resistance, not
No
restraint.
resistance, yeah.
Okay, so this is Marcus over to Terrence. Terrence has an opportunity to drive it here. It gets knocked away. Illinois fortunately
Toledo.
recovers. Nice little
Jeez.
alley-oop-ish from Harmon to Damask. Damask with good body control to finish that, but also a nice pass from Harmon, who defensively has struggled tonight, but I still like offensively. He had a nice little floater earlier.
I mean, like you said, though, I hate to even pick on any. I mean, Goody has been really bad, but recently,
they've all been bad.
But exactly right there,
a layup with no, again, resistance is the word I'm looking for. 14:30 to go. Illinois gets it across half court easily, though, after a made Penn State shot, which is always when it gets tricky. When the opponent makes a shot, that means they can set up a press.
Right.
That worries me for the tournament when teams are just going to go balls to the wall and they can press you as much as they want. But I will say Illinois so far has broken that press fairly impressively. Coleman to Terrence. The three is up and no good. Almost a board, and it looks like it will go and stay with Illinois.
Does Coleman just have 3 points?
He has a 3. I don't know if he had any points in the first half or not.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's right. He had a 3 right before I got here.
Yeah, guys, just absolute no resistance. So Kern, Wahad, and Baldwin seem to be the 3 playing the best for Penn State. 20 on the shot clock with 14 to go. Terrence gets a pick. He is looking for Damask, who's taking it himself.
Jeez.
Floaters up and
Let's
in
go,
and
baby.
one, man. Damask, I thought sneaky good at Maryland.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, I mean the defensive.
Well, can you say
play,
sneaky good? I mean,
the defensive play
won you the game.
Yeah, right. Not even his offense.
But the fact he's just quietly efficient on offense, even on nights where you're like, hey, well, what was he doing? No, he was being Marcus Damask. I fear, Isaac, that I have not been as adulatory towards Marcus Damask's season as maybe I should be. I mean, this is statistically, eye test, intangibles. You could not have asked for a better transfer.
I mean, he's out of position, first of all.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help him. And he's the only one of your big 3 that hasn't missed any time, right? Because Terrence was obviously out. Coleman missed a couple games. And I know that was really early on, but especially in Big Ten play, I know he's had some stinkers and some plays late that you probably would like to have back, but he's been as pretty consistent as consistent gets. And he knock on wood, I feel like he's cleaned up his turnovers.
There was one
the first half
it was
weird.
so
Yeah.
weird. All right, so I'm watching Damask on defense here. This is against Kern, who's got a big body, and he just takes it in. And, I mean, guys, I don't know. This is not the Jalen Pickett Penn State team, and they're going to hang up 70 points easily on you at this rate. And we just jinxed it. A turnover, silly turnover, and Kern makes it. So it's a 10-point Illinois lead.
I don't know what Amani was doing right there.
I don't know. So it's a 10-point lead. It's time to stem the tide here. Get a bucket, and let's not get stupid
I can't believe I said that.
Nick Kern with 18.
He's got 18?
Do we know what his averages are this year?
I don't know, but they had one guy that scored 4 or 5 points in the first half. He hadn't scored in 2 months.
Of course. Well, that Clary guy is out, so I know that's going to mean other guys will score
I
for them.
completely forgot about that. Oh, boy.
That's just the dumb. Oh, my God, Harmon.
Jeez.
A good read there from number 5, but okay. If you can find Kern's averages on the
average is
season,
8.2.
8.2, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. That would be like Luke Goody going off for 18.
But how many of his points are layups?
Too many. Most, right? It's not like Penn State is shooting the 3 that well in the last 20 minutes of regulation. It's all just getting things at the rim. We have gotten better on defense compared to the first 10 minutes, but unfortunately it's starting to backslide a little bit. Here's Terrence. And Amani misses the first layup, but tips in his own. Penn State, bad rebounding team.
Coleman came out, and then Dane didn't come in. Amani went in.
Yeah, Amani's going to get those minutes, I think. Matchup based, but we saw Dane struggle in this few minutes, and it's just not a good position for him to be a guy. Hey, come and give us 5, Dane. I don't.
He made both his free throws.
Look at this. This is ridiculous. It is absolute poor ass effort on defense, and you could say, well,
career high.
Yeah, career high. Well, guess what? That happens to Illinois a lot.
Okay, but can you even say it's I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying how can it? I just don't understand how.
Call a timeout.
Oh my
Jesus Christ, Harmon just hits the back of the backboard. It's a 10-point lead in danger of becoming a single-digit lead.
No way.
Penn State wants the 3. It's good. It's a 7-point game because we got a bunch of dumb asses doing stupid things. Jesus Christ, Illinois, get your head out of your ass. That pisses me off. DP. Wait, Stolarbaugh. I thought it was a timeout.
So
God dang it.
Oh my gosh, that was deep too. But
So we're right back where you started, and Damask has a hard time passing it here. Maybe someone could actually come up and help him, and that should have been a flop.
Call that.
Terrence with the ball with 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Terrence 3. No.
Good, Amani.
Yes. It's
Got
going to
it,
be
baby.
foul on Penn State on the floor on O'Doyle. Or O'Boyle, who cares, but looks like your signature Penn State player. Very frustrating, Isaac. We cannot stop Penn State. So I don't give a crap if you win by 10 or 15. You are not stopping a bad offense. So how does that bode well for the rest of the year? It's the same ridiculous crap from this. It's an effort thing. It is effort.
Oh, man. I don't know. I don't even know what to say at this point. It feels like Pac-12 football or something. Like that was sort of Washington's style in the college football playoff, right? Like they were just going to try to outscore and then let's hope that their defense didn't let up like a bunch of touchdowns. I know that's a random comparison. I mean, you could even compare it to our football team, like the second half of the year, right? It was like against Indiana, our offense was great. We're scoring every time, and we just got to cross our fingers and pray that they don't score. Like like Northwestern, right? I mean, the offense still played pretty well. The defense was just so bad. And like you're going to need to put up like 90 points every night to feel comfortable.
And
to
you
feel
can't
comfortable.
count on that.
No, right.
And it's not about having an elite defense. It's about having a serviceable defense. You are not doing that.
No.
You're coasting in the metrics based on your early season defensive performance. This has got to be fixed. And if it's not, I'm sorry, as much as this team excites me, and I do think there's a hell of a lot more good than bad, it is a major Achilles heel at the worst possible time. You need to be getting better at this now.
Yeah.
And they aren't. They're getting worse, or at least stagnating.
That I think is the most concerning, is that it's been such a problem for so long, and Underwood said that they practiced it all week last week. But it gets to a point where it's like I don't even know what more coaching and stuff you can do. It's just like
I think you got to switch schematics.
Yeah,
I think you have to.
At this point,
I understand the switching everything. It can't be worse. I don't think. Can it?
No, that's for sure. I mean,
and you got to figure out what is Coleman doing defensively, because right now he even talked about it, and I know Jeremy and Derek were talking about this after the Maryland game. He doesn't like playing center field. He gets disengaged. I don't blame him. Where do you know where to be?
And the drop,
you gotta be 50 million places at once.
That drop coverage too. Like if you get a solid point guard like Ace Baldwin, Jameer Young, gee whiz, like they're gonna be able to hit that shot from the elbow every single time. And then you're putting Coleman in such a bad position to have to pick and choose. And then if he chooses wrong, he's probably gonna get a foul or something like that.
Listen, I want to be clear, because sometimes when we talk about the things that aren't working for the team, it gets misconstrued into like an overarching criticism of Brad Underwood or something. Which we would admit has done a phenomenal job as far from a program perspective, making you relevant, keeping you relevant, having you in Big Ten title hunts, something you haven't done this consistently in a long time.
Yeah.
So he is objectively very good at his job.
Yes.
But what gets frustrating is this, for example, a team that is full of 6'6", 6'7" guys that have athleticism and strength suck at defense. How does that work? And that has to eventually be figured out by your $4 million man. You have had plenty of tape in the last 6 weeks to show you that the defense has fallen off a freaking cliff. And now Nick Kern, 16 second-half points, 7 for 7 from the field. You are letting, no offense, Nick Kern, mostly a mid-player, all of a sudden flip this game and get right back to where you were at the start of this half. It was a 14-point Illinois lead. It's down to 7 with 11:20 to go, 10 on the shot clock. Terrence over to Coleman, top of the key. He finds Harmon. Harmon falls, but he does knock it loose, but it will be Penn State ball. Here's Kern.
Smokes.
I wonder if we'll stop him. A 3 from Penn State is up. It is no good, fortunately, and we'll go to Illinois. Now, I understand better to be beaten by the 2 than the 3. In Illinois' 3D defense this year.
I can't stand that. I'm sorry, I can't stand that philosophy. I know, like in theory, it does sound great. In theory, but like if you're playing Indiana,
communism is great in theory. It is amazing. We're all equal all the time.
But like when you're playing Indiana, let them shoot 33s. Like don't let them inside.
Let Maryland shoot 33s.
Right. Oh, come on,
Goody.
Luke.
Oh, that's no good.
Crap.
And Harmon with
good
the nice hustle
Justin.
play. Here's Terrence.
Foul.
And he gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. And he looks like he might have got a little.
Fine. Oh.
Yeah, he's holding his knee there. But I think he just hit it on the ground. It wasn't an extension thing.
I like that Goody is still shooting because I feel like a lot of guys would have just been scared and like started passing the ball and not taking shots.
He's done that little dribble thing before.
I mean, he's now 2 for 3, so.
No, I like him shooting that. I like him shooting that a lot. So this is a foul on Kern.
Oh, wow. Well, that looked like it hurt Kern a lot worse, but Kern's fine.
Yeah.
Kern. What a name. What a
Man,
name.
it's
Corn.
It's crazy. It's no offense to him. He's
No,
playing his butt
no.
off. All right, Terrence's free throw's no good. He's missed 3 tonight.
Yeah.
So he's maybe, I don't know, like 6 of 9 or something like that.
This feels like we need a Marcus.
Hey, Kern's setting down, though.
Oh, crap. We're set. We need a Damask, like, we just need that Damask booty ball and one sort of thing right now. Slow the game down.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird, Isaac. You had total control for 15 minutes of game time. Maybe less than that. Coleman does get the board. Does he not? Nice hustle by Luke.
Good job, Luke.
All right, you got time, guys. 15 on the shot clock. Terrence missed both. No foul call. This is Harmon. Harmon taking it in. He gets stuffed. All right, this is going to be Coleman trying to do something here. Takes it in. They're not going to call a foul, but they will on Luke on the rebound. That will be the 7th foul on Illinois.
I think Coleman's like 0 for 5 on layups or something
He's
too.
been garbage. I'm sorry.
This is. I mean, I'm trying to think of a worse game for him.
The same guy that tweeted out a GIF or something after Purdue lost, like, "Oh, we're coming." Well, I don't know. You aren't coming tonight, Coleman. Not yet, and there's time.
Yeah, you just put yourself in such a bad position if you speak out like that.
All right, Penn State ball. They're only down 7, so you have went a half of the second half, even Steven.
Yeah.
And
were you up 14, 15?
You're up 14 at one point. Yep. Here's Ace Baldwin. Coleman sagging there. And this is going to be, I don't know who that guy is, but Wahad now with Coleman on him. Ty, not sure whether he helps or not. This is going to be a 3-pointer for number 4. No good. And a board for Coleman. So Penn State's
Terrence.
struggling from 3. Terrence has an opportunity to take it in. He's going to take himself. He looks for Ty.
No.
And it just goes out of bounds? What the hell was that?
Was it off Ty?
I don't know.
Maybe Terrence lost it.
I think you just got to take it up next time. And we got a break here.
Come on.
Yeah, and I was hoping for the carry call. This is Ace Baldwin from the free throw line. No good.
Good,
and
Luke.
Good board from Luke, who has earned his minutes today. Here's Terrence again. Can't quite finish.
It's just like you can see it coming from like a mile away, right? You're like,
yeah.
Oh, okay, here we go. Like he's just gonna like run somebody over.
Penn State's starting to miss some shots. It's just here comes Kern.
Ah, crap.
We are in a position as a defense where, oh, God, here comes Kern.
It is crazy, too. Like, think about how good Terrence has been recently, and think about how bad your defense has been. Like, so much of Terrence's game is, like, relying on fast breaks and, like, enforcing turnovers, which you just really haven't done that much. So it feels like he could even reach a higher ceiling if the defense steps up whatsoever.
Yes, and if you get into a position where you're getting those stops in a big NCAA tournament game, you're guaranteed to probably double your fast break point output, and because that's what he can do. And it doesn't even need to be your signature fast break 2-on-1. It could be Terrence with 3 guys 10 feet in front of him, and he will find a way to get to the rim.
Yeah.
All right, so it is back to a 9-point lead as Terrence makes both. Quick reminder, DP Dough online at dpdough.com. Order online, get a custom zone with any topping you want, or one of their favorites like the Maui Wowie or the Buffer Zone at dpdough.com. 9:35 to go. 9-point Illinois lead. Terrence will get his minute and a half before the 8-minute media timeout. This is Kern with Goody on him. Oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God. And did Goody almost? No, doesn't matter. Kern has 20.
22, I think.
22, that's right. He has 18 this half. Coleman 3. Nope. But Ty gets the board.
Okay, just
All right.
chill.
Coleman has been bad by any objective measure.
Oh.
What are you doing? Jesus Christ, Coleman. If you're going to be like this, just sit your ass down. It is unbelievable. And Terrence has come back in. Quickest break ever because we are so freaking inept in every other facet of the game tonight. Holy crap. If not for Terrence, he'd be getting your butt kicked tonight.
That was his worst turnover of the game for sure.
What is this? Put Quincy in there instead of him. Put Quincy in there instead of him. Have Quincy guard Wahad.
Man, yeah, Quincy's barely played this half.
Coleman's done jack squat tonight. He's been great this year.
I know.
But the turnovers, that's his 6th. He has half of your turnovers, and he's doing nothing on either end. Illinois with 19 second chance points. Here's a steal
good
from Ty. 3
Come on,
from
Luke.
Come on.
Let's go, baby.
There we go. All right.
That's what we needed.
Awkward white man high five right there on the 200 level live feed.
Hey, that makes sense. Goody hit the 3, so.
All right, here's Kern, though. He's looking to answer.
8 for 21 is not bad.
And they're going to get a goaltend. They're going to get a goaltend. And I don't know if they can look at it or not. Can they look at any goaltend?
I don't think so.
We can't stop Kern.
No.
This is pathetic beyond words. We are in a good position to win this game, but Jesus Christ, where's the pride? Where's the freaking effort?
That's what, like, sort of you were saying, like, schematically, I would love to just see Terrence guard him and not switch. Like, just put Terrence on their best player and don't switch him off.
And a charge on Ty, forcing the issue. Jesus Christ, guys. Bunch of knuckleheads tonight.
We've got a chance to score 90.
This is great from Austin. Okay, Underwood reacts to some of these stretches as if he has no control over what's going on. Exactly, Austin.
Yeah.
And that is a primary concern. Where is the in-game adjustments? Which sounds like such a armchair quarterback thing to say. But it's the freaking truth. If it's not working, do something. Change it up. Penn State can't hit the broadside of a barn from 3. I know a zone might sound like just putting lipstick on a pig, but tonight when they're getting to the rim at will and getting backdoor cuts like this, thank you, look for the rebound, but they almost had another one.
That was bad.
Jesus Christ. Come on.
You would think after you get back cut.
And Terrence just turns it over. This is unbelievable. Just stupidity that's allowing Penn State to stay in this game. 5-point game.
Holy cow.
You freaking morons. This team is finding a way to piss me off beyond measure right now, Isaac. It is an 8-minute game, and you're up 5, and it is anybody's game right now.
And we are loving these lackadaisical passes.
It is ridiculous. I don't know. This team, like I said, if it ain't tonight, they're going to find one more stupid loss this year.
Oh, for sure.
This is Luke. Over to Terrence. Terrence taking it himself.
Oh, goaltend.
Yep.
Count it, baby.
All right. So it's back to a 7-point lead with 7:37 to go.
I love it when players go like this, but you can't review it until I think it's under 2 minutes. But anyways.
All right.
So all this, and you were up 7.5, right? It was 48-41.
All this and you're even Steven, but you're going to give up you're going to give up 80 points to Penn State.
Oh, at least probably. Yeah. I mean,
so here's the thing. I'm not trying to be a buzzkill, everyone. I swear to God, I'm not. You don't leave this game feeling any better about your March prospects.
No.
You don't. And I understand some games are just win and survive.
Right.
That is 100% the case. But what the hell, man?
But it's not even like I mean, that Brown guy's hit a couple deep threes, but it's not like Penn State is just like being lethal right now. It's mostly layups. Like
mostly layups and easy.
Back cuts, yeah.
What?
I don't know.
All right. Hey, Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend. Let Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing brighten your winter blues with a $1,000 off deal off Bradford White water heater, Rinnai tankless water heater, or Bosch mini split unit. When you buy a Lennox home comfort system, no gimmicks, no hidden fees, just $1,000 in saving when you call Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Did we mention they offer 0% financing options for qualifying applicants? Let Dogtown solve your home's comfort needs. Give them a call at 217-841-4728. That's 217-841-4728. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend. All right. Going to hit the other sponsors with the breaks that we have remaining here. And from Ryan, Illinois is going to need the most Goldilocks draw of all time to have a shadow of chance in March. Ryan, I take solace in the fact that you will be playing teams that don't have a lot of prep time against you, and that offensively you are really tough to scheme against. But
I mean, you're going to hope for a team. I mean, obviously Maryland's not making the tournament, but you're going to hope for a team that is going to be better defensively than offensively, and just hope that they're having a bad night, right? Like that's sort of how Maryland went. Like they started to miss and make mistakes in the second half, but they're like a top 10 defensive team in the country. Your offense just happens to be number 1 right now. So I think you're just going to have to hope to draw a team that's like sub. Oh, maybe they can look at it.
Well, they have 2 to look at, which would be Terrence blocking that and whether or not the Terrence
true.
One. Now let's watch this though.
That's
this one is clean. So if they are looking at the Terrence block, that one is clean. And maybe we'll get a break here. So that would put Illinois up 9 as long as his were to stand. And that is clean
that's
as
for
can
sure
be.
Clean.
now. That should be open and shut. Now, on the other end,
Well, that was clean too.
that was clean too.
Unless
so
you say it's coming down. I don't know, but
those are 2 clean blocks, so it should stand as a 7-point lead. Yeah, that's clean.
That's clean too.
So you should take 2 points off for each team.
Yeah.
Now, of course, this is taking them far longer than it did just us realizing that. All they have to literally do is take 2 points off the scoreboard for each team. But, we got to make sure this thing is accurate. As they are looking at these very blatant not goaltends, so that's 2 missed calls in a row, got to remind you that the 200 level is brought to you by State Farm agent Brian Hansen, online at brianismyguy.com. Life, auto, home, business, renters, you name it. Brian is my guy, and he can be your guy as well at brianismyguy.com.
Why do they need a third guy to come?
Because they're idiots. They're stupid, and it should be really easy.
Wow,
Okay.
that's a pretty good stat, though.
Man, I need to quit being so surly.
No, you're good. The refs have been bad.
No, I mean they've been whatever.
Big Ten in general.
It's whatever.
I'm to the point with referees, like it's just not even worth mentioning, because everybody thinks their team. There's been games where the referees have been really, really bad, but it is what it is, right? We're not going out. We can't choose better referees. Oh,
I don't know if Derek Burson.
Yeah,
he's on the screen right now, and he shook his head, and I don't think it's in regards to what they're saying so much as someone probably said, "Why are they taking so long?" And he's like, "I don't know." And then here's what they're going to do. I always find this so weird. The refs huddle, and they grab each other around the waist. Why do all refs do that? Why are they so handsy with one another?
Soundproof
Just
themselves.
Lean in, tell me, okay, let's conference. We don't need to grab each other. It's just weird.
It's a brotherhood. Let's see what we
got.
All right.
Here.
Watch them.
So if anyone gets you guys are listening to the audio, or you might see on Twitter before we do, just let us know in the chat feed if you happen to get the news as it breaks. It should be 2 not goaltends. But we'll see if they make it that simple.
No, 2. Yeah, 2 clean
2
goaltends.
not goaltends.
Right.
Terrence's was clean.
Clean.
And then Terrence's layup, that was a clean block by Penn State. So easy peasy.
Frankly, they weren't even that close.
They weren't. And there's usually someone under the rim, right? And they're still looking at it. No, or at least telling what they're telling the scorekeeper, one of whom looks 83 years old. And I don't know. Just I've seen Brad look angrier.
Yeah, so maybe just wash.
I don't know. Goaltending wiped off for both. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Bobo.
All right, good. Glad we got that cleared up.
Okay, so still a 7-point Illinois lead. Ref needs some water after that. That was, man.
I just can't believe that these guys, the refs aren't dumb, right? They're not bad at. They're not actually just terrible, trying to be terrible. There has to be, do they have to wait for Chicago Big Ten office to call and be like, oh yeah, that's
it occurred to a friend of mine when we were in Vegas, and some of the lines to check into the hotel were long, and he noticed that they would check someone in, and then you'd go up and they'd still be typing in something. And my friend was wondering, are they actually typing in something, or are they just looking busy? When you give people positions, whatever they may be,
yeah,
it's like George Costanza in Seinfeld. His whole thing was, if anyone walks by his office window, he acts like,
yeah,
like he's really agitated because he's working so hard. I just wonder if that's human nature to make your job look more official than it actually is.
You haven't done anything all week on this McCaskey file or whatever when he's sitting in that office.
All right, 75-68, Ace Baldwin.
That'll
and
be
an errant pass that Wahad cannot corral. So Illinois ball after a turnover. 75-68, and Illinois will go with Damask, Coleman, Goody, Harmon, Terrence Shannon. Here's Goody up top, back to Damask, who's been quiet for a little bit. We got 13 on the shot clock, so time to get something to happen here. Marcus clears some space. Coleman, the 3, is no good, and his struggles continue. He had a 3 to start the half, and
I think he had one at the beginning of the game, maybe.
He might. I think you're right.
I think he
might
got
have
6
points.
Oh, my gosh.
And a layup is no good.
Good,
what
Luke!
A board by Luke, who's played awesome today. All right, here's Harmon in the corner, back to Damask. Damask taking it himself. Too strong. 7-point Illinois lead still. 2 stops, but they haven't been able to convert at the other end. And here's Penn State on offense. Going baseline. And there's going to be a push-off.
Man.
And that will send him to the line.
That felt weak.
I've seen worse,
Yeah.
but Goody just has a knack of fouling. He really does. And then looking confused afterwards.
Hey, his rebounding's been big.
His rebounding has been big. So Penn State with a chance to tighten this lead even more. It'll be 1-1. Hey, Isaac. It's a shame. Like, I thought today, yes, it is just a win. Get out of there, and you're still right where that spread was in Vegas.
Yeah, true.
But it's just the ease with which Penn State's scoring. And, I mean, you're going to fall down for whatever you value Ken Palm. You're going to fall down the defensive metrics again.
And we're not even, like, asking for, like, an overnight switch. We're
No,
like, okay,
gradual.
let's see signs of improvement. And, like, teams like Penn State are teams you want to get that against.
And I felt like, as he makes the first one, I felt like Michigan the last 30 minutes, or the middle 20 minutes of regulation, because the last 10 were garbage time.
Yeah.
I thought the middle 20 minutes were a step in the right direction, even against a bad team. I thought against Maryland, a team that's a bad matchup for you, you found a way, as it's now a 5-point game, you found a way to make stops, and I was like, okay, we'll build on that. You won a late-game situation. Unfortunately, Illinois is playing themselves into another late-game situation. 14-point lead is down to 5. At the Rec in front of 3,000 moronic Penn State fans.
It's like the not name brand version of the Rack.
Exactly. It's just a nondescript, hey, these used to be the glory days of Penn State basketball, whenever those may have been. And just a weird environment, but good for them.
Man, they are not. Novelty.
Ace Baldwin comes over to help. Here's Coleman from the top of the key. Makes the three. A huge one for Coleman.
Good shot, Coleman.
That's big, Coleman. His third of the day.
Yeah, I mean, he still has his confidence.
Hey, and as bad as you are, every minute counts. So if he can finish strong, that will erase whatever came before it. Here's Ace Baldwin. Good, he's staying from him. I mean, that's a baby. Good defense from Luke.
Come on, Terrence, take off, baby.
Illinois with a chance to go up 10 again. Can Terrence finish? Nobody will go to the line.
They got 8 fouls.
Yeah, but that's shooting foul.
Right.
We'll get him to double bonus though soon enough. Both teams with 8. But wow, great job by Luke on that possession.
Oh my gosh, yeah. He really made Ace kind of force him away from the basket.
Sneaky, other than Terrence, MVP of the night for Illinois?
Goody. Yeah, I mean, if you're
Damask has been good.
Yeah, I mean, Terrence and Damask have both been good, but I think really good bounce back game for Luke. We were kind of waiting for this because he had 3 or 4 really bad games in a row.
Yeah, and the minutes were dwindling, and he didn't play until about 5 minutes left in the first half.
No.
Yeah, so you wondered, oh my God, is he just lost his rotation spot? But he's too good for that. And a toilet bowl for Terrence Shannon, 80-70.
I just love that Luke hasn't gotten timid with his 3-point shot. 'Cause I think that's what happens a lot with shooters when they go cold. Good Coleman.
Nice Coleman with a block.
That a baby.
On Kern. Okay, we got Terrence on the break again. Terrence.
Let's go, baby.
Up and in. 82-70, and Illinois responding big on the defensive end, leading to some easy buckets. And we got a timeout, Penn State. Defense leads to offense. And you know what? As pissed off as I can get and reactive as I can get, there's still a way to finish this game strong. There really is.
I know, you could easily, I hope I don't jinx it, you could easily win by 12 or 14 still. And when everybody looks at the box score, they're going to see that we covered.
As Bobo said, what a block by Coleman.
Yeah.
Great minute and a half for him.
The last 2 defensive possessions were awesome.
Yep. Okay, let's see here. State Farm agent Brian Hansen online at brianismyguy.com. Life, auto, home, business, renters, you name it. Brian is my guy, and he can be your guy as well. One thing that I mentioned before is this free service from State Farm called Ting. That's T-I-N-G, and they monitor your home's electrical system. We live in an old house, and it's nice for us because you never know. These old wires, you just want to protect your home from possible fire damage, and that's what the Ting app does. Free with many State Farm packages. If you need someone that you can trust for insurance, I've worked with Brian now for a few years, and we trust him with all of our insurance needs at brianismyguy.com. I'll also hit up while we're doing it, Owen Builders LLC. I'm on owenbuildersllc.com. And what Luke and his staff do are home additions, patios, decks, and you might have noticed it's unseasonably warm. So you might as well get a leg up on that project as the warmer months start creeping in. Have that project done in time for summer. That is owenbuildersllc.com. I haven't mentioned Champagne Showers Podcast Network as well. Appreciate the folks at Champagne Showers. And appreciate you on YouTube and our audio listeners as well. By the way, if you are in the YouTube feed, do me a favor. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got 341 so far, and we appreciate that. We're seeing the numbers gradually trickle up for the video feed, which is still only a couple years old. Want to let you know, Isaac, we're going to try to plan something for Selection Sunday. I don't know if you are around Selection Sunday, which is
March
Sunday,
17th?
March...
Right? 16th?
Yeah. I think so. It's the week after the Iowa game because I know the Iowa game you're coming back from a vacation, right? Or are you going to a vacation?
No, yeah, I think I'll be in Florida.
For Selection Sunday too?
No. The 8th? Is that Saturday the 8th?
Yeah.
That weekend.
So you'll be back the following weekend after the
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Is that the Iowa game that weekend?
The 8th.
My buddy's getting married. Should I tell him sorry? I got to go to the
No,
the
it's
game?
sorry, it is Sunday the 9th or Sunday the 10th?
10th. Oh, and it's away anyway.
It's away.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
actually driving to that game. But no,
Really?
I mean the next
Oh.
Sunday. Are you around?
Wait. Oh.
The 17th?
Oh, duh, because the Big Ten tournament. Yeah. No,
Okay.
I'll be here.
So you'd be on for a Selection Sunday
Heck
podcast.
yeah.
Wouldn't it be nice to fold that into a Big Ten championship?
Yeah, like a few years ago.
I'd still like to watch us in the Big
Remember
Ten
though,
tournament title.
because that was like still that weird COVID tournament. So we were like finding Illinois was still. I mean, everybody remembers that Illinois was still like cutting down the net in Indy.
It almost took
And it
away
hit. Yeah.
from...
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened too quick. I was like, I want to cherish both because it was an overtime game. If it would have ended in regulation.
But then when you saw Loyola too, right? And you're like that.
I know it immediately was a bit of a buzzkill.
Yeah.
All right, 82 to 70 with 5:10 to go. Ace Baldwin up top. Here's a screen
No
and a long
way.
three from Penn State is good. Back to a 9-point lead with 5 to go. Here's some pressure. Help out Marcus, please. Good job, Marcus. He gets it across no problem. And here's Harmon up top. So here's your lineup. Damask, Goody still, as well as Harmon, Hawkins, Shannon.
I don't know.
4:50 to go.
Has Quincy played this half?
Finish Marcus. And it gets knocked away.
That's got to be ours. There's no way.
How is he just going to... I don't know.
Well, he didn't argue, so
Did it go off his foot?
I don't know.
Oh.
Harmon's been earning a lot of the late minutes. Obviously,
Yeah.
we're back to
I
tie.
don't
Not
know.
ties. Not 16 turnovers.
I don't know about the Harmon thing right now. I hope he proves
He's
me
hit
wrong.
some big shots.
He has.
recently.
I still like Ty, but for defensive purposes especially.
Dude.
And they're going to... Yeah, I mean...
But like I like hate to be mad at Marcus right there. Like I don't.
So that's a foul, and that will
Yeah.
send Penn State to the line. Only down 9. It's that, okay, you're up 9. That feels okay, but Penn State going to the line to shoot 1-1.
After the Nebraska game, I'm just never gonna feel comfortable with this team.
I know. And it's just, an opportunity to extend the lead. You had a couple stops early. Now, you had that run that got you up 82 to 70. But to give up a quick 5-0 run after that would be like, guys, come on. Every possession matters here. So here's Kern. And he misses it. A big break for Illinois. Take your time as well. You want to get a good shot, but guess what? This team gets good shots almost any time they want. Take your time. And let just Terrence do it, for Christ's sake. I mean, do we really need to get cute here? Terrence with the ball with 15 to go. He's going to try to make something happen himself. He's trying to break down his defender, and they're going to call a timeout. Terrence is like, Brad's like, I don't want my best player to have the ball in his hands right now. God damn it. I don't know what that... I mean, sure.
We got to get Harmon a shot.
Peculiar timeouts every so often, though, in fairness to Brad. Every possession is big. If you feel like that was going nowhere and you have something better in mind, now, let's see if that comes to fruition. I hope it does.
Yeah, I mean, we put a bucket right here would be huge, just like a little bit more deflating. And... yeah, you don't want a Nebraska thing to happen again, which at the end of that game obviously was just terrible possession after terrible possession. Now it did take Justin Harmon basically throwing the ball to Nebraska twice, but
yeah. Now here's my concern: where Terrence was at, does that mean we're now inbounding it from the baseline?
Man, I don't know my basketball enough. I think,
and does that mean Harmon is going to be inbounding it from the baseline? Is more to the point.
Well, regardless of where we inbound the ball, it seems like we don't have inbounds plays anyway. They just kind of like lean on the defender and then the inbounder throws it.
Yeah.
But
all right, so as Jacob and Bobo have noted here, bad free throw shooting from Penn State tonight.
Yeah.
9 for 17, according to Bobo. That's
sort of cancels out our turnovers, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that is something that if you're a Penn State fan, all 543 of them, you're going to be a little bit annoyed by that. Now, this also is at the vantage point of a different arena. Are they? I don't know if they're a good free throw shooting team or not. That Ken Pom would say it, but if that's uncharacteristically low for them, and it's not like their 3-point shooting's been off the charts either. So I understand the novelty of playing in an arena, but they've actually had decent success at Bryce Jordan for a program of their caliber, or whatever you'd want to say.
That really is crazy to me. I mean, I'm sure somebody's got a great explanation for it, but the fact that even when they were like number 9 a few years ago, when Io came back and you ended up upsetting them.
That's right.
I still don't even think it was like sold out. Like or close to it.
No, it's not their thing. I mean, they love football. They love wrestling. And I feel like their women's basketball program was decent back in the day. I can't say for sure, but yeah, maybe lacrosse. I don't know. Does that sound right?
I don't know.
I mean, hockey.
Volleyball I think is decent.
Yeah, they have a good volleyball program.
So Penn State is normally they're 6th in the Big Ten, right behind us. So they're
decent.
Normally 74%.
Okay, and they're just a click over 50.
Yeah.
All right.
Would you rather say Purdue ends up beating you, or like you blow a game down the stretch? Would you rather it come down to like the Purdue game, or would you rather just like blow a game? Not like
I get what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
No, I want the Purdue game to be meaningful.
Oh,
sure.
100%.
Yeah,
that's what I would say too.
What that probably entails is, let's be honest, winning out until then.
Oh, heck yeah.
Right. I mean,
yeah.
I know what happened. Was it Sunday? Was the Purdue? My sense of time is all messed up.
Yeah.
That was a complete shock. I don't know if they drop another. So take advantage of that. Now, Damask inbounds it to Terrence.
And I'm pretty sure they have a pretty favorable schedule.
Damask will have some space to work here on the baseline.
Good, Marcus.
Up and no good. You've got to finish that. That's a layup with not much contact. And I like the move, but you've got to finish.
Man, he normally does, I feel like.
Yep, he normally does. So 9-point Illinois lead with 3:55 to go.
Man, that would have been...
Ace Baldwin coming across the pick. Terrence does recover with the help from Coleman. Here is number 24 with Goody on him.
Oh.
Goody trying to keep his guy in front of him. He does for the most part. And, oh, my God. He somehow missed that. And
let's go.
Rebound for Illinois. I thought Goody overall did okay defensively.
Yeah, that was an interesting offensive possession.
It forced an off-balance shot.
Yeah.
All right, 3:30 to go.
Just get
Terrence.
fouled. Oh, thank God.
He gets fouled. And that's a break for Illinois. They will get 2 shots here as they're in double bonus. 3:30 to go, 9-point Illinois lead.
Great teams cover. Come on, baby.
That's right. Good teams win.
What are the puzzle pieces? Does anybody know? Did they say what the puzzle pieces were?
What's that?
On their shirt? If you look at Brad's shirt. Oh, they have it too. Penn
Well,
State's got it too.
I do know that sometimes, and I'm not sure this is what it is, there is an autism awareness thing that has puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
We've done that at our school before, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Man, how about this weather, though? It makes you feel like Selection Sunday's coming.
I know. It's crazy. We left Vegas yesterday, and it was 58 degrees and rainy. We get to Chicago, it's 56 degrees and sunny. So it all worked out pretty well. It snowed the day before we left for Vegas. We were ready to get out of Dodge, and we come back to this.
That was wild last weekend.
It was crazy. Terrence makes his first. So, sorry, we are in the single bonus, 1-1, but he makes his first 10-point Illinois lead. He's over 30 again.
That's only their 8th. Okay.
Over 30 points again, and I got to think playing himself back in the first team All-Big Ten.
If people vote for him.
And that is, and you know what? I'm not going to tell people what to do or what not to do. This is a weird situation. I understand. We've gotten used to it, so we don't really think about it anymore.
You would think, though.
Rightly or wrongly, I'm not going to say rightly or wrongly.
I do think the Big Ten, now it's obviously a 32, holy crap.
All right.
It's obviously a much different award, but them giving him Big Ten Player of the Week, I think, is a good sign that people might vote for him.
That might be true, yeah. And also, it's just really an interesting progression from not being on the social media accounts to now being on the social media accounts as much as anybody. So it's just there's no blueprint for how you acclimate someone in terms of, how much you see them or whatever it may be.
Marcus.
It would be nice if someone helped him. 3-pointer, no good.
Good box out, Justin.
Yes, it would be nice if maybe even Brad Underwood could have someone as an easy outlet. It's that crap. Isaac, I was at the Michigan State game where the entire time A.J. Hogard was hounding Damask. And yes, he had a couple really costly turnovers, but he is not a point guard. Help him out.
No, those last 2 turnovers I think Harmon had one and Damask had one that were both. Oh, that's definitely a foul. What is he?
That's a foul. That's pretty stupid.
It's almost like there needs. I mean, and the thing is, they're not trying to hustle down the floor and set up a play, right? So, like, why don't you just have Justin or somebody just like run parallel with Marcus down the floor? Man, that was 1-1.
All right, so now we're in double bonus after that.
Yeah.
So it is a 9-point lead with 2:50 to go. Here's Ace Baldwin and Justin Harmon. Why is he in the game? Why? What is he bringing you? That's his 4th back cut that he's given up. And now no one's helping Marcus. You're going to have to call a timeout maybe? No, you get it across. Thank God. Terrence, just keep the ball. I don't want anyone else touching this damn thing. Here's Terrence taking himself. Up and in and 1. Jesus Christ. He's so good.
And we have a really good team. It's just frustrating, Isaac, to see the boneheaded
I know.
crap.
And I know
That
basketball.
will cost you against good teams.
I know basketball is much different, right? But it's like in football when you get beat with like a wheel route or like a weird, crazy trick play. It's like getting beat by that like 6 times in a row and not adjusting.
4 or 5 times that Harmon has lost his man on a back cut, and we're giving him starters minutes in the end of the game.
I mean, but like
take him out.
I don't know who who do you trust more? Though,
Ty.
Right?
Ty.
Yeah.
I don't care that he's not a three-point shooter. You got Terrence, you got Luke if you have him out there, you got Damask, you got Coleman. That's 4. Ty will rebound. He probably won't turn the ball over, and he knows how to defend. Why is he getting this tick as now Ty comes back in? Presumably for Harmon.
And Terrence could have 40 tonight if he made his free throws.
God, it's like an advantageous position to be in. I'm grateful that we're on the verge of 20-6 if we close this out. I like Justin Harmon as a bench player. But his head has been up his butt defensively today, and you let him get beat again. You let Damask turn the ball over again because you don't offer help when he gets pressed. I don't understand this lack of adjustment in game to make things easier for a really good team.
Man.
I don't understand that, Isaac.
I know. That's
8-point game with 2:15 to go.
That's way too easy. Come on, you can't pass him the ball right there.
There we go.
Wow,
nice
good
break.
job,
Just
Coleman.
finish, Terrence. Oh, my God. Luke wants the 3. And
Did not need to shoot that.
Probably not. I wish Terrence would just kept it.
Yeah.
2 minutes to go. Illinois needs a stop to not let this get too interesting. And a little bit of help there. 3, no. Oh, nope. The 3, the pump fake. The 3 is up and good.
My gosh.
It is a 5-point lead.
You could have just held the ball.
I know. It's just getting in your own way.
Dude.
And now we got another press. Ty over to Terrence. I don't want Terrence getting rid of this ball. I don't want anyone else to touch it right now.
And they would trap Terrence if they were smart.
Just thank you. Terrence, don't pass it. With 18 on the shot clock, 1:25 to go in the game. Just clear out and let him cook. Here's Damask with 8 on the shot clock.
Yeah, that's a foul.
All right, so he will go to the line. Nice take from Damask. God, Isaac, I'm not.
We're just incapable of closing out games like comfortably.
But why? Because
I don't
you
know.
allow teams. Here's why.
Go straight up.
You're allowing teams to hang.
Yeah, I know. And
It's not so. Is it so much the final 4 minutes? Yes, the Nebraska game.
yeah.
And yeah, sure, the Michigan State game. But those don't happen if the previous 35 minutes you don't shoot yourself in the foot as much as you do.
I know. And I mean,
It's a 40-minute game, and I don't want to put too much stock in the last 4 or 5 when we're really just seeing the same issues present themselves.
and it feels like you seem to save a couple awful turnovers for late in the game for some reason, and you just make big defensive mistakes to leave guys open. I mean, Ty just completely bid on that and left him wide open from 3.
Yeah.
The back cut by Harmon,
So maybe this is right to have Harmon in there. But then again, you don't trust Quincy Guerrier, I guess, apparently anymore either.
I mean,
maybe I don't either.
we're gonna score over 90 and still be like competitive.
I mean, 89 to 82. Marcus makes both, as expected, because he's really
We're the
good.
number 1 offensive efficiency since bragging rights. And
Yes.
we've still like almost lost a bunch of games.
A
handful of games.
Yeah. Ace Baldwin 3 is no good. Okay, that was a
good
force.
Terrence.
That was a force. Terrence with the ball up to Coleman. Nice little cut back over to Marcus. Waste some time.
Yeah.
And they give it back to Terrence. So Penn State apparently not fouling. I mean,
I don't get the point of that.
This is the Maryland Redux, and they're letting Illinois just. I'm sorry. Look, I guess you can get a stop, but then you have 35 seconds to score.
But it's already
3
3 possession.
And Terrence misses it. Uh-oh.
Ooh, shoot.
Break for Penn State.
Missed that.
I'm not going to fault Damask for that, as
No.
Penn State makes the 3.
This game.
It's just bullcrap, Isaac. I mean,
But still, if you would foul, like, because there's still that, it's still a 2 possession game. Now they have to foul, I guess, but maybe they were just waiting to see.
wait.
I mean,
remind me what happened on that the offensive possession.
Terrence drove
Missed
and
it,
missed
yeah.
it.
You got the shot you want.
I mean,
but
it was not a bad shot.
the other 4 guys don't get back. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I listen. As someone had mentioned earlier, I want to make sure I get this right. Man,
Oh, we get to watch Nebraska and Indiana after this, though.
I think Nebraska wins that. Okay, so this, whoever said this, please remind me in the chat window, but someone had mentioned how, in years past playing for the Big Ten, and that's not what Underwood's maybe doing, and I understand that. I just think that even if you're playing for March, this isn't helping.
No, yeah.
You cannot flip a switch, and we know that, and we're being, I think, reasonable about we don't expect them to become a top 20 defense like that. But we're going to look on Ken Pom again tomorrow, and they're going to drop a few more spots defensive metrics-wise and end up somewhere closer to 50 than 40. And that is not a winning recipe for March. It might get you to the second weekend, and that would be great. But this team has an offense that could do more than just the second weekend.
I don't know why Justin is still passing the ball in.
And Terrence and 1 or no? Okay, so it's a 2-point game with 80.
This
with
is
29
nuts.
seconds.
Why is Justin still inbounding the ball?
I know. Why is Brad? This is Brad Underwood.
This
I'm
is
sorry.
Brad's fault.
This is Brad's fault, and he's still allowing the same issues to persist and allowing this to be.
I mean, this game should have been over. Yeah, this game should have been over.
This is why some Illini fans can't stand the in-game coaching from Brad Underwood. I give the benefit of the doubt because of the overall health of the program, but dude, pathetic. You had a 7-point lead. They weren't fouling, and you allow them to get 4 points, and you're damn near lucky that wasn't an and 1.
I mean, we were just messing around why they didn't. They should have fouled still, like 3 possessions ago.
They're going to try for the turnover. If this leaves Terrence's hands, I will be very upset.
I mean, what are you doing? Like, I know Terrence turns it over, but like, why does Justin pass it to him? And then, oh man, he's lucky that wasn't an and 1.
What Terrence, he just shouldn't be inbounding the ball. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I know he wasn't the one that turned it over there, but that should not even
But
be
he
a position
still
you find
passed
yourself
him
in.
into a double team. Like, I'm glad they didn't call it and 1. Gee whiz.
Yeah, I don't know. This is just, you see the same problems present themselves and put what is a overall really good team with potential. You are just putting yourselves in peril. And guess who's inbounding the ball? Justin Harmon again.
Why? Like, that's the last place you pass the ball.
Coffin corner, and you're out of timeouts. And he's going to come right back out, and he's going to pass the ball in again. The Brad Underwood special, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy cow! I mean,
The Brad Underwood special.
In middle school, like, there's a reason why they want you to get into the corner.
Yes. And then we got Coleman and Goody in no man's land. So these plays suck. Your inbounder does not know where to inbound the ball, and we're going to come right back out, and Justin Harmon will be inbounding the ball again. And guess what? You don't have any timeouts. Boy, oh boy. And as Jacob said, no one helped him. I mean, where's the help?
But also, if you pass it to him in the corner, he gets double teamed. Like, it doesn't matter if you have help. Like,
yeah, I mean, it would take a Herculean hustle job, but I don't know why Coleman or Luke Goody are past the half-court line anyway. Justin Harmon's not tall enough to find them there.
Derek does say it looked like Terrence got fouled.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
But I
guess
mean,
what?
still, yeah.
Guess what? You shouldn't be in this freaking position
No, you
anyway.
shouldn't.
And you've gotten some advantageous calls.
Yeah.
And this is not an officiating problem.
No, I mean, there's been 2 times this game where we were talking like the game was completely over because it should have been.
It should have been, and I want to say these knuckleheads, but it starts at the top. Put your guys in a position to succeed. Don't put them in harm's way.
I mean, Harmon clearly has a confidence issue right now.
Yes, and you can. Well, let's see
Passing
if he
the
inbounds
ball
it
in.
again. Let's see. We got the camera on Terrence.
I mean, he's gonna be. Oh wow!
It's going to be Marcus Damask. Can we inbound the ball without screwing this up? Here's Marcus. Here's some plays. It looks like they're going to get Coleman. Nope, they get Terrence by the skin of their teeth. They find Coleman. Coleman will get it across half court.
travel. He just traveled.
Yeah. They called the foul. Jesus Christ. I mean, I thought he did get fouled, but.
He traveled, but I don't know if he got fouled.
Oh, my
first.
God. By the skin of our teeth. And we got a break, and they can't review that, so we're going to go to the line and shoot. And he almost stepped out of bounds.
That is a foul.
That right there, I think the guy that came in number 4, that should be
Yeah.
the foul on him.
And he's hugging him right there.
Yeah, I mean, Coleman got mugged. So they called the right call. 89 to 87. It is double bonus. It is double bonus. Timeout? No. Substitution. Holy smokes. Yeah. Sorry, not great play-by-play by me. All right, first free throw coming out of 2 for Coleman. 18.5 to go. The first is up. It's no good.
Oh, my gosh.
The wreck is going nuts. He's got to make this. He has got to make this. All right. Coleman's second free throw. A breath. A dribble. The shot. It is no good. Harmon can't quite get the board. Penn State with a chance to tie or win the game. They have one timeout. They are going to play it. 8 seconds to go. Here's Ace Baldwin.
Don't let him shoot the three.
The three is up.
They fouled him.
They fouled him. He will go to the line to shoot three. Potential disaster awaiting Illinois.
I mean, this would be like, that is a foul. Like,
yeah, Coleman just ran into him to potentially cap off the worst game he has played in a long time. I don't know what Coleman was doing. He was late on the contest. Zach Hicks is 75% from the line this year.
He's going to miss. Come on, dude.
First one's good. It is a 1-point game. Absolute travesty of an effort from Illinois defensively. The second one is good. It is tied. And no timeouts for Illinois. The third free throw is good. It needs to be Terrence. Can you get the ball to him? Here's Justin Harmon. He misses the layup. And Illinois loses. A pathetic display that will cost them a potential Big Ten title and maybe a seed line. An absolute choke job and the Brad Underwood special. I have given Brad the benefit of the doubt all year long, but this was pathetic, Isaac, and I got nothing more to say about that.
I mean, he had a layup, too.
Yeah, he had a layup and he missed it, but it shouldn't have even come to that. Well, that's a buzzkill. That is a major buzzkill. And the problem is not just this individual loss, but the problem is that this team has glaring issues, and they haven't fixed any of them. So adjust your...
I mean, Coleman missed 2 free throws. We missed, 2 or 3 layups down the stretch.
Coleman choked. Coleman lost you this game.
Coleman fouled. That
Brad
guy...
Underwood lost you this game. You had the people that could not afford to lose this game lose it for you. The 2 guys that lost to Penn State 3 freaking times last year lost yet again. It is a choke job. Brad Underwood kissed my ass with that coaching performance from you tonight.
Gosh.
He just sits there with his arms folded like he can't do anything. You allowed Penn State to score 89 freaking points. 90, thank you. That is so freaking pathetic. And this team, Big Ten, that was a shot in the dark. You got your stupid loss tonight, but it may not be the only one if you're going to keep playing defense like that. You lost to a scrub Penn State team that had lost 3 in a row. God, there's a word I want to say right now that I won't. We're a family-friendly podcast. Absolute bullcrap from this team and from Brad Underwood. Absolute bullcrap.
I mean, Terrence had Terrence had a career high and you lost.
Yeah. That's an F. That's an F. That is an F minus.
I mean, how do you not, after Nebraska, after Michigan State, how do you not learn?
Because their head coach is not forcing the freaking issue. This is a head coach with a bunch of 23-year-olds on his team, and he can't get out of his own way. I don't want to say that one game is going to flip me on Brad Underwood, but it is going to flip me on how good of a coaching job I think he's done this year, which is to say the same issues have been there for 6 freaking weeks. He's not fixing them. As if there's no other answers. There's nothing he can do. He can't roll out a team with a bunch of 6-7 athletes and have a halfway decent defense? Bullcrap. That's your $4 million man that has done a really good job building this program. I admit all that. But the in-game management is pathetic. Time and time again, costing you games that you should not lose. Shouldn't have lost this one. Shouldn't have lost to Michigan State. You got lucky as hell against Nebraska. The Maryland game at home, I don't even know where their heads were at that game. I gave them the get-out-of-jail-free card for that. This is a team with an offense that should have an opportunity to make a run. With that defense, they aren't making anything of note.
Penn State tied a season high of 1.25 points per possession. Over the last month, Illinois ranks 102nd in adjusted defensive efficiency. We got outscored 8-0 in the last 35 seconds.
You were up 7.
With 35 seconds left. I was making fun of him for not fouling.
That is a choke job from Brad Underwood. That is a massive choke job from him. That is, oh boy, Isaac, I need to be careful to make sure not to overreact to one loss. But that is like, are you inept?
I mean, that's like
are you freaking inept?
You just lost in a high school gymnasium. You haven't beat Penn State in freaking 2 years now.
Yeah.
Like, that's a loss you're going to remember, like, in 10 years, and you're going to be like, oh, what an Illinois loss.
Yes,
because
it didn't have to happen.
And there was, like, 4,000 people there.
It didn't have to happen. Boy. Well done, Brad.
Man, yeah.
That's such bull crap. I mean, he can say whatever. He needs to say, we choked, I screwed up. But I don't know if he will. This is the part of Brad Underwood that drives me up a wall. And again, I've given him the freaking benefit of the doubt all year long. And now I'm saying, okay, I know what he brings this program, and it's really good, and I appreciate that. I do. But two things can be true at once. You can appreciate the macro that he has done, but think, what the hell are you doing in the game to help your team finish these things out? And yeah, they did at Maryland. So you could say, Carp, they just did it a few nights ago. That is true.
Yeah.
But there is no excuse for that.
But that's still 3 out of 4 games that have come down like that.
Nebraska, Michigan State, Maryland. Yeah, because Michigan doesn't count. They aren't even an actual
Well,
D1
no.
program
I know,
anymore.
but I'm saying, like, that's out of the last 4 games you've played late down the stretch, 3 of them were awful collapses. And one of them you got lucky to one. So,
I don't know. Fix it or don't. And is this a quad 3 loss, Ryan? I'm not sure.
oh my gosh, yeah. Like, I think Penn State sucks.
It's a choke
Maybe
job.
not, though, I guess. But
And hey, World 964, appreciate the compliment. And he was in Penn State, or he or she was in Penn State country, and glad they didn't go to the game. I'm glad you didn't either. That sucks.
I feel like it should be a quad 4 loss just based off of where you were playing and how
Absolute
many
choke job.
fans were there.
4 seed. Okay, so your 4 seed's locked in.
Yeah, I mean,
Your 4 seed's locked in.
and now the Purdue game doesn't matter.
Now the Purdue game doesn't matter. It's a big middle finger to this team. And can I give the middle finger on YouTube? A big middle finger to Brad Underwood and this team for absolutely choking away a chance for a meaningful Purdue game and a possible 3 seed in the NCAA tournament, which, guess what, does make a difference. But none of it makes a difference if this defense continues to suck. So keep sucking if you want to. You're a bunch of 23-year-olds in your 5th year of college with one more chance left, and you give up 90 points on the road to Penn State. Kiss my ass, if that's what it's going to be.
I mean, if you can
Kiss my freaking ass if that's what it's going to be.
if Terrence can have a career high and you can lose, like
You are
lose.
having players help you lose these games. Coleman
Yeah.
choked away the game. Justin Harmon missed the layup after giving up, as someone mentioned, 5 freaking back cuts. Losing plays from old players. So guess what? That's not changing, Isaac. You got Terrence, but you don't have a defense. And I don't know what else he can count on at the moment other than him and Damask. And usually Coleman, who tonight was awful, misses both free throws. You're a fourth, not fifth. You're a senior.
Coleman's like an 88 or 89% free throw shooter. He misses both.
He should get that GIF retweeted all over the place. After Ohio State beat Purdue.
He's
You ready, Coleman?
toasted.
You ready? Yeah, you should be toast after that. You just lost to Penn State. Good for you. You want to be all braggadocious and stuff? Well, then back it up on the road against 3,500 people in a crap-ass stadium in Penn State and show that you're actually a Big Ten contender. No, you aren't. You can't stop a nosebleed right now. You can't stop a mid-ass Penn State team.
That's the worst loss since when? Like, I mean, we've had a lot of close games, but like in the Brad Underwood era, like when's the last time we've lost a game to a team that bad?
And more to the point, Isaac, beyond any of this, it's the intangible thing that made this team so easy to root for the first half of the season. That's fading.
Yeah.
The intangible likability of this team is fading because they're stupid and they don't play defense and they lose games late. That is not a recipe for a likable team anymore.
No.
And all of a sudden it's like, oh, man, the Marquette game where they lost that lead late. Well, that was kind of a harbinger of things to come. They can't hold the freaking lead even against bad teams now.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of, like,
Dang it.
I keep bringing up football. Nobody wants to hear about the football program right now. I understand that, but like in the Northwestern game, Isaiah Williams, right? He fumbles.
Your best player fumbles at the worst possible time.
Right, but then and obviously Coleman pretty much just did the same thing right there. But then like Harmon, he keeps doing that, and you keep putting him in that position.
You keep putting him in that position. You keep putting Marcus Damask in this position where he has to bring it up against pressure with no help. Brad Underwood is a dolt with in-game adjustments. He is a dolt. And either get your head out of your ass, Underwood, or finally get a coach. I don't know what Jeff Alexander even does here. What does Jeff Alexander do here? What does he do? I guess he got fears. Who is our guru on the bench? Who is our guy? Because if Brad Underwood's not the best basketball mind, even though I thought that's what he brought him in here for, if he's not the best basketball mind, then get someone on your staff that can actually help you avoid these continual boneheaded, knuckleheaded moves that are costing you games, costing you seed lines in the tournament. This all matters.
Yeah.
This all matters, and now you played yourself into a 4-5 second-round matchup against a team that probably, if I check on Ken Pom, any of those 5 seeds plays better defense than you do. So you better score 90.
Yeah, I mean,
You scored 89 on the road and you lost.
I know, and you somehow...
That's so ridiculous, and Brad Underwood deserves every bit of crap thrown his way for this.
I mean, I literally didn't know it was possible to lose an 8-point lead in 35 seconds.
I got to question the Iowa game. Sorry. One, it's not going to mean anything. I mean, not that I expected that to, but I'm starting to really dislike this team. And I don't need to go see us lose at Carver Hawkeye because we can't defend anybody.
No.
And we can't even win in not even hostile. That's not a hostile environment. They don't care. It's a gym.
And like their best player, like Ace Baldwin didn't even play that well. Well, Hobb didn't do anything in the second half.
Ryan Kern got 24 on you. I don't even know who made their game-winning free throws.
It was Kirk or something?
Joe Blow. Who cares? He's no offense, Penn State. You still suck. But guess what? We sucked even more tonight. Bravo, Illinois. You're choking away a really talented team. Credit to Brad Underwood for that. Boy, I'm more pissed off than I ever could have thought.
I mean, I'm trying to. When's the last? That's the worst loss since when? Like, when's the last time you lost to a team that bad? Like, since Underwood,
and it's the manner in which you did it.
Well, I'm saying since Underwood's been here. Like,
boy.
I know the Miami loss at home, but because Miami ended up sucking that year, but
it's just pathetic. I'm sorry. Yes, you're 19-7. No. You should be 20-6. You should maybe be even better than that when you have a team with the number 1 offensive efficiency since the bragging rights game. That's 7 weeks of that now, and what do you have to show for it? Well, no conference title.
Nope.
And are you really dangerous for March with this defense? The conversations around Kentucky are kind of the same ones happening around Illinois, except in Kentucky's credit, they won on the road to Auburn and only gave up 57 points. What are you doing? You're giving up 90 on the road to Penn State. You suck. Freaking losing basketball. From Brandon, you would think veterans would know how to pass, fake one time to alleviate some pressure, and not just immediately put the ball on the floor and dribble through double teams. You'd think, Brandon, but either they don't know that or they aren't getting coached despite multiple collapses late, a few of which have cost you. Bunch of bull crap from Brad Underwood.
I still can't believe what just happened.
It just sucks a lot of the goodwill. I'm sorry. No. It sucks a lot of the goodwill out for this team. A lot of goodwill just, boom, evaporated. And it's not going to come back against Iowa, a crappy Iowa team. Yeah, they won at Michigan State. It's not going to come back on Saturday. And it's not going to come back against Minnesota at home next Wednesday. Maybe it'll come back against Wisconsin on the road. Fine, you aren't going to win the Big Ten title. I've said that that's okay. I need to stand by that. But absolute bullcrap from a team that is far too old to do something like that. So you know what? No, I don't think they're doing shit in the NCAA tournament. No. Call that overreactive. No, I'm looking at 6 weeks of them being unable to defend anything. They are not going anywhere. So great. You can already imagine the conversation on March 27th or something like that. We're going to do that freaking song and dance again and waste a perfectly awesome offense?
Oh, man, yeah. I don't know. This felt like the year I let myself... and it still could be, but a lot has got to change. Man.
God, I'm so pissed at this team right now. So we should maybe just end it.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do Saturday during the game. I'll come back Sunday and react to it. But that team just choked in a game that we will... Yes, Isaac, we will remember that choke job. Sad to say.
Yeah.
I want to get this... I feel like this crappy orange shit on me right now. It's like a scarlet. I don't want to wear this. I feel like a loser. I'm tired of being disappointed in my teams. I'm tired. And, oh, God, I'm sorry. Man.
Yeah, that's the worst loss in a long time. I don't know. Like, there's no... Just make your free throws. Or pass the ball. Like, yeah.
Or make a layup. Or defend a back cut.
The inbound stuff on... Like, when we are inbounding and when other teams are inbounding have been all so terrible all year.
Jesus. I'm heated.
Yeah. I mean...
I gotta not think about this for a few days. I was excited to just settle in. Nice, easy second half. These pathetic freaking... I'm sorry. And you can say, Carp, you're being... No, they're semi-professionals. Don't give me that bull crap. They're making money to not lose that game. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
The thing that's, like, frustrating for me is, like, I always have that sort of, like, pessimistic, like, Illinois mindset. I'm not saying all that's coming back because, obviously, I mean, we should have had 20 wins. I mean, we're probably still going to get 20 wins on the year, but... Like, stuff like that and, like, the way the Nebraska game ended, like, that's the stuff where Illinois fans are like, oh, classic Illinois. Like, only Illinois could find a way to lose like that.
Yep.
Like, that is, like, nostalgia in a bad way.
And I try not to subscribe to that at all.
Yeah.
Because I think that's almost bordering on, like, superstition.
Right.
And I know that's not the case. People mentioned the blue uniforms. I don't care about that. I mean, they could have wore camo uniforms. I don't care what they were. They could wear pink uniforms. It's the same game. It's the same ball. It's the same hoops. And you are a far more talented team. And you just got. And that's not what winning teams do. So, unfortunately, guys, as the season goes along and you really look at what this body of work has told you, what the body of work has told you is they have a really good offense and a really bad defense, and that's not going to do anything in March unless you get really lucky. And that happens in the tournament sometimes. I hope it does. I don't want to sit here and talk about another second-round exit or first-round exit. But am I optimistic? Hell no. And tonight was a major black eye, sorry, Marcus, on this team and how you should feel about them. It's that bad. That is awful. And I don't think there's any hyperbole that can tell you how bad that loss is, and it bodes terribly for this team. And honestly, I don't know the next thing they could do to make me feel better about them.
ESPN literally had you at for a second, 100% win percentage.
Yeah. When you were up 7 with 35 to go?
Yeah. That was, yeah. I mean, Marcus literally barely missed that layup. You'd have been up 9.
Yeah. Well, if you could inbound the ball without any issues, you might have had a better person get the ball to shoot the free throws. Or, yeah, it's Brad Underwood, and let's just start at the top. Let's keep it simple. It's Brad Underwood who's not maximizing the guys, and I don't know. At least on one side of the ball they are, but defense, I'm finding out this year, Isaac. Is this more enjoyable than the Bruce Weber teams that played defense but couldn't play any offense? Yes, it is. It's visually more appealing by far, and they're winning more games, and they're going to make the tournament. I mean, that's not in doubt.
We're the best offensive team in the country the last 2 months.
But the fact that may not matter is ridiculous.
Yeah.
We are not asking for the world on defense.
No.
So, all right, I'm starting to get repetitive. So, Isaac, I appreciate you being down here, man. I appreciate you guys being in the oh, man. As Mark says, could be worse. We can still have Matthew Meyer right now. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey.
And then maybe that's the reason why the likability was so much better for this team. We didn't have that doofus on our team, and he is a doofus. I don't care what anyone says.
The Penn State narrative is still around.
Fantastic. Well done, Brad. I'm so pissed off at Brad Underwood right now. I'm going to end it there because he really, really pisses me off sometimes. And tonight is the first time he's pissed me off as much as he has all season long.
It's been a minute.
Illinois chokes. They lose. Big Ten title, done. Seed line, drop 1. So just prepare for the 4 or 5 seed. Well, that'll be what it is. And Bad Underwood. Thank you, Ryan. That's the title of the podcast. On that note, 200 level listeners, thank you for listening to me bitch and moan for the last half hour. Isaac, appreciate it as always.
Hey, it's always... I can't say tonight was fun, but it's always good company.
Yeah, cathartic, but for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Think about things other than Illinois sports for the next few days. I'll see you guys on Sunday. It is the 200 level. Thanks, YouTube.